Well, we're back with Bonnie and Allan Gallant, and I just want to thank you both for sharing so transparently your story because we know that this is how healing comes, both to us and to others when we share our story. So thank you for this. You both believe the church can be actually a safe place, even though you didn't experience that initially, that the
Yeah.
church can be a place of healing and hope and recovery rather than condemnation, shame, or even denial. Allan, how does your
hmm
ministry now that's birthed out of this pain, Agora
Yeah.
Ministries, how does it help the church become that kind of place?
Well, we're trying to provide education to the church. So many times it's just because we don't know enough about it, so we don't talk about it. We're scared of it. So we're trying to educate people on what is mental health and how do we recover from it. So a big part of what we do is educate, but also we have provided courses online and in-person seminars for in-person um, um, presentations for church leadership and those that are in the church. We just want to engage and equip people to know how to help themselves, but also how do they help those in the church. There's got to be a safe environment. How do we create that? So we're talking to churches and leaders about how to create. And, Laurie, Bonnie and I have a story, but God has brought so many Christian clinicians, mental health providers on our team, and they help us and they write the courses for us, and that's a big way to help the churches unpack the mental health ministry for their church.
Oh, I love that so much because I think any ministry that's impacting, it's a partnership. Like you come with your story and your experience and even your background in ministry, both as a pastor and leading in the church, but to bring mental health professionals
Yeah.
with it. What a beautiful way to serve the church and people. Bonnie, you've already shared with us that it wasn't just Allan that was going through this trauma and crisis. Like it affects anyone who's connected to it, right? And what would you say? Because I know there's people watching that have loved ones suffering from a mental health issue. What would you say to them?
First, I would say to them, don't do it alone.
Mm,
Make sure, we often say that it takes a village to raise a child. It also takes a village to have someone come alongside you when you're in a crisis. And being alone is not a good place to be when you're going
mm,
through something like
mm,
this. And don't be ashamed. That is something that we had to work through.
yeah.
And God has really released us of the shame of mental illness
Illness.
or wellness. The best example I can give for yourself as a caregiver or someone walking with someone who's journeying through mental health is when we're on an airplane, they tell us to put our air mask on ourselves first before we can help someone else. So I often
hmm
say that, to help someone else, make sure you're looking after yourself, that you're strong, and that you're even able to journey alongside someone who's going through this. Because it's not just a 6-week journey. It's not just a 5-day, we're in
mm,
this now for 5 years and it'll be a lifestyle for us.
hmm
That's great advice. I so agree with you. Like if you need to be well, take care of yourself in order to care for others. We apply that to lots of areas of our life. So this is true here. I don't, which one of you wants to share, maybe both, a story of how your ministry has brought healing to an individual or community? What are you seeing as a result of Agora Ministries?
Yeah, you know what? There's many stories and many people that write into us, and so to pick one over the other is almost impossible. But what I can share is healing is taking place in people's souls, and the soul affects our everything about us, our physical and our spiritual, and the soul will affect how our brain functions. And so a lot of people that know Jesus are really having their souls transformed, so that there's trauma, there's there's abuse, there's all the things that are going on deep within. And so we try to help them by presenting professionals that dig down, but also the Spirit of God, bring him back in the memory of those things that have hurt them over time. And so people say to us, we're finding freedom. Uh, we're able to now we don't walk in dread anymore. Or I'm finally able to have my thoughts controlled, or I'm sleeping better. So sleep is so important to our mental wellness. So churches are partnering with us, and now they're seeing you have a number of churches that are partnering in our resources, and they see the impact of their church people and the community they're in. And healing is so different for so many people, and healing comes, and it might start out small, but it can grow as we heal inwardly, and which affects our outward behaviors and our how we love people and how we serve people.
I love that. I love that. And I just commend you and thank you again for sharing your story. If you want to know more about Agora Ministries, go to 700club.ca. And I love your holistic approach to healing, Allan, Bonnie. God bless you in your continued journey as you continue to heal and heal others.
Thank you so much.